The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Betty Ray again with the Archangel Raphael. Thank you for coming to my video and my TV show. I am so grateful to have you and hope that you have been healthy and happy since last time we spoke. And today, it just seems important that because it's the day before the inauguration, it's the day before a new beginning. And so I asked Raphael to speak about that and to talk about conspiracy theories as well, because there is a lot of, there we go, thank you. There are a lot of people that have conspiracy theory ideas, everything from pedophiles to, I don't know, mostly it's fear mongering. And this is what we've had most of during the Trump administration for 4 years. Now we are going to see a different energy coming through. And that is because Joe Biden is a good man. I had somebody say that he was part of QAnon. And so I looked up QAnon and realized that it is another conspiracy theory about darkness, about the dark side. Now we live in a planet that is positive, negative, two polarities. You know, we're balancing that. And so you have to realize that there are people who will move toward the dark side and pick up information there, and then maybe swing back to the light and pick up information there. You come to us, Raphael and me, to be able to hear the angels speaking and not QAnon. And so I can assure you, because I had someone that said, is it true that Joe Biden is a pedophile? I was just flabbergasted, because I can assure you, Joe Biden is a wonderful family man and would have nothing to do with anything that negative. And so we have all kinds of people coming in. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. We so appreciate it. So what do angels have to say to people? What we're talking to you, this is why we are here. We're called a channel for the Archangel Raphael. And so what we are saying to you is what we're receiving, just like the picture behind me. You see this picture over here? That is, my son sent that because he said, I picture you, Mom, as having these angels talking in your ear. And that's really what it is. It is a matter of learning how to listen. And it means getting quiet, and it means raising your emotional energy up into a sense of joy. You cannot be in a sense of fear and hear your angels. Dear ones, listen to that. You cannot be in a state of fear and hear your angels. That means you have to get rid of all these conspiracy theories, just toss them out the window. They're sent out to increase the negative energy in your life. Don't buy into it. Use your own divine guidance by listening in a state of joy. And to do that, you've got to learn to breathe deeply, to cleanse your lungs and cleanse your body of all of the negative energy that every day you run into. It's just part of being on planet Earth. You cannot escape it. So breathe, and with every breath, you are breathing in God's divine light. And as you exhale, you are exhaling all the negative part of the planet. Okay. Oh my goodness, I've got some other people. I've got all kinds of questions here, so I'm going back up to so what do angels have to say to people? Thank you for asking the question. They will only say wonderful, peaceful, uplifting things. If you hear anything less than that, it's your own fear energy talking. Okay. And then the next question I saw. Okay. They're saying that he is on video sniffing children. You're talking about Biden. You cannot say he did not do this. If he was what you called sniffing children, he likely was breathing on them as he hugged them because he loves children. Let me say that again. Joe Biden is not a pedophile. Joe Biden, I can see his soul, dear ones. His soul is a beautiful beam of blue energy. I say this because I can see it right now. He is vibrating. He's a huge soul, which says that he's not a baby soul like Trump. You know, I see them as smaller beams of light. And oftentimes there's dark energy that is permeating through the soul because they just don't know any better. They're scared of being on planet Earth. And so when I see a soul, I can tell you if they're good or bad. Joe Biden is a good man. Trust the archangel and know this is true. Okay, so he loves children. He's often talked to, like the little boy that stuttered. Did you see that video? He talked to him personally and told him how he was a stutterer at one time and how he needed to hang in there. So, whatever videos you are seeing that is trying to make you believe something different, know that it is the dark element that is trying to do that. Joe Biden is of the light. Okay, so I'm leaving that one thing and I'm going down here and seeing if I can find something else. That's all I have is that he's sniffing children. You cannot say he did this. Dear ones, give me some more questions than that, please. Because what do angels have to say to people? Whatever they're going to say, it's going to be uplifting. If you think your angel told you that Joe Biden is a pedophile, then you are not hearing your angel because they never speak negatively about anyone. Even Donald Trump, who is, if anything, the most negative person that I have ever encountered. And that's because he's a baby soul. He just doesn't know any better. All he knows is what he needs for his physical and emotional well-being, and that's what he goes after, regardless of what it would mean to hurt anyone else. And now he's getting out of the picture. He's going to be gone. And now Joe Biden, as of tomorrow, will be the next president of the United States. And if you are coming to us to hear from an archangel called Raphael, trust us when we say Joe Biden is a pure soul, a beautiful light being. And know that good things are going to happen. Right away, as soon as he gets in office, he's giving a stimulus check that will amount to $2,000, which is why it is $1,400 because we already got $600. He wanted to give that to, and frankly, Donald Trump did too, but he got voted down. Now that stimulus check is coming, again, provided that we have a Senate that doesn't negate it. So you need to trust that. And so these two people are good people, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. You can relax. You can let go of all these conspiracy theories that are trying to tell you different. And you can trust that indeed this is the time of times of the raising of consciousness that really years ago, Raphael told us. I'm moving the camera just a bit. Be patient with me. I wanted you to see my stained glass angel. And also, if I can move over again, you can see my new little angel that's all lit up behind me. But anyway, being serious now to all of you that are afraid, let go of your fear because it drags you into the darkness. Instead, choose light and say that. I choose to dwell in the light of truth. and it will be given to you. I promise you, it will be given to you. And so people are asking, what do the angels have to say to people? It will always give you ideas of how to do something creative, how to solve a problem, how to laugh. Sometimes they will give you something that will make you laugh or giggle. And you know that's coming from your angels. So trust that. Please trust that. Okay, now that seems to be, those two are the only ones. Okay, I don't see. Okay. Oh, why is fear a negative emotion? Okay, how can I explain this? Imagine a barometer, like a thermostat that shows that little red bulb and how it kind of goes up and gets hot. Okay. Well, when your excuse me, when your emotional barometer is higher, meaning that you have this sense of joy, you want to just sort of dance around and sometimes laugh out loud. You have this feeling of peacefulness within you. Then your emotional barometer is at a point where you can hear your angels. Where if you have fear or anxiety or doubt or self-deprecation, where you put yourself down, then you've canceled out the ability to be able to hear your angels. You have to be in love with yourself, with your world, and with God. So when you love God with all your heart and mind and soul, and you ask to be of service to others, you will be amazed at how your life just seems to take a turn for the better. And I cannot tell you all my years have experience with this, how true it is. As you think, so shall your life be. As you think. If you have conspiracy theories, if you have fear and anxiety that you're afraid you will never hear the truth, then that is as it shall be. You will get more conspiracy theories. You will get more fear in your heart. And this is hard on your heart. It really is. It takes a toll on your heart, literally. But it's not something that, like, you swallow a pill of fear. It's how you think. And so negative emotion is darkness. It's dark energy. And so when you find yourself wanting to believe negative things about people, just put it aside and ask for truth. Ask for divine wisdom to give you the truth of a situation. And you have chosen to come here to us, to Raphael and Betty Ray. And we are here to bring you the truth, dear ones. The truth is that, yes, there is the positive and the negative side of this planet. We are in a planet that is pushing us and pulling us back and forth between positive and negative. What you have to do is to begin to listen to this brain of yours. And if you are harboring the fear of being deceived, the fear of somebody trying to hurt you, the fear of your livelihood being taken away from you, whatever your fears are, and you need to fear the pandemic because it's real. But your politicians, our sense of government was threatened while Donald Trump was here. He tried to overthrow our democracy. He had his Proud Boys storm the Capitol to stop the counting of the votes that were you, the people, that put Biden in office. Now, maybe you didn't vote for Biden, but the majority of the people did, and he won legally. Now, there's a conspiracy theory that Donald Trump has been putting out and putting out and putting out, hoping he could change the results. He went to court, 8 times or more, and he got thrown out because he didn't have a leg to stand on to prove he was right. What is right is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the newly elected officials that lead our government, and they will be sworn in tomorrow. And all of those people that you know that are fearful of that, tell them Raphael says not to be afraid. Watch their actions and see what they do. Keep an open mind, dear ones, and put away all these conspiracy theories. They are fear mongering. They are sucking you into the dark energy of the planet. It's out there. It will always be out there because we have to have the experience of a balance between positive and negative. We're doing this all the time. And so when you make a choice, okay, beating a dead horse here. Thank you. I'm so glad that somebody's there. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about how to be joyful, how to get out of a negative funk when you're in it. Because here again, the most important thing that we can help you do to be able to communicate with your own angels is helping you to raise your consciousness. Now, what does that mean? You have a spirit body that is within your physical body, that when you sleep at night, it lifts out of your body and travels around and just is free. And your physical body has a chance to heal. It actually goes, if you study dream research and how the brain functions during the sleep state, you'll see that when you get to the alpha state of mind, that's so many vibrations per second by your brain waves, that's when you have dreams. And that's when your spirit is experiencing out of body experiences. And so the thing to remember is sleep is very important. But even if you have 3 hours of sleep, that's probably the minimum. You need at least 3 hours of sleep in order to be able to heal your body and to have enough energy to work the next day. And if you are having trouble consistently with sleep, you maybe need to see a doctor and get some kind of helpful relaxation, or if you tried everything and nothing works, then do get medical help because sleep is so important. Although drug-induced sleep is not as good as using even over-the-counter or homeopathic kinds, like melatonin is a good one to use to help you to relax and to sleep. Okay, so let's look at, again, we're talking about here how to talk to your angels. This is so important. You have a guardian angel that is not an archangel. It was assigned to you at the moment you were born on the planet. And that guardian angel is kind of like the behind stage manager for the story that your soul came here to tell. Your soul has a story to tell. It's called upon other soul friends to play different roles. Trust that. You have a story to tell, and only you can tell it. But if you are going to experience the physical world as a sentient being, that's what you're called, you have to understand you have to deal with the energy of the planet. When you're in your spirit body, you're not as affected as much. And when you are done with your physical body and it's time to go home, you just sort of leave it like an overcoat that's all worn out, and you drift above your body and you go to the vortex of ascension, which is what people call the tunnel. And it takes you through. What it does is it helps you to let go of the people and the experiences that you've had so that you can be free to go into a higher dimension that people call heaven. Everybody goes there. So if you have more questions about that, please be here to tell me about it. All right. So let's talk about how you can raise your consciousness out of fear and anxiety, which is why I wanted to take this time to talk about conspiracy theories. There's so many of them out there. So many of them. QAnon is one. And I looked it up on Google, and it's just a bunch of people that are so full of negative energy that they can't see straight. And they do not have the truth. They do not have the truth. Those people who are reflecting the light, as we are with Raphael, are here to bring you the truth and to tell you that you do have an angel to help you, that you can let go of being afraid and know that there is divine wisdom, even though you can't hear it. There is divine wisdom for you. So trust that and listen and let go of your fears. In fact, make it a New Year's resolution to become aware of your fears and anxieties and to overcome them with a sense of joy and trust. Remember, I've quoted this many times. Jesus said, unless you become as little children, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. And the apostle said, well, where's the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus said, right inside you. The kingdom of heaven is right inside of you. And that's why when you become as a little child, you allow your creative imagination to have free reign. You come up with some imaginations that your parents say, oh, for heaven's sakes, quit imagining and get real. I wish you had never listened to them, because the more you have a creative, trusting, childlike imagination, the more you can solve your problems, because that's exactly what they help you do. This is what has happened with me. Ever since I was little, I became very creative because I listened inside. And so we are all different inside. So what is heaven like? And that's a good question. Thank you for asking it. Heaven is like what you imagine it to be. But here's the thing. There is no negative energy there. There's only joy and peace and harmony. That's why people call it heaven. But it could be a scenario from your own, like you're living your life in another dimension and you think you're still on Earth. That can happen for some people. What you need to do is go on YouTube and look for near-death experiences, and you'll have all kinds of people tell you what their heaven was like before they were told they had to come back. There are some amazing stories out there. So I do really encourage you to go on YouTube and look for near-death experiences, and you will begin to understand that we are each individuals and our beliefs are unique to us. It is your belief system that creates your world. What you believe is what you create. So if you're believing the fear mongers, oh my, your poor body is suffering, because it hurts your body to have all that fear and anxiety within you. It can create physical problems for you. It can create mental problems for you. So don't get into that. When you realize you are in a state of fear, you know that the dark energy has kind of caught you. And that's when you shake your head and you say, no, angels, attend to me. Come to me and raise my consciousness so I can see clearly. So what if a person is full of negative? How are they like? Those are the people that stormed the Capitol. They believed that they had to take action to restore the government to the way they thought it should be. Many of them were good intentioned people, but others just like to have a good old fight. They like to yell and holler and try to persuade people that way rather than reason with them. They were often young and baby souls. They want to charge ahead and fight their way through. And that's what they did. And you could see on their faces, there was this hatred on their faces, that their mouths were open in anger. That's not positive energy, people. That's not peaceful resistance, which is what all of us have the right to do. We can go and march in a peaceful way, but we are not allowed to be destructive, especially of our own capital, which is the monument of our democracy. We were almost losing our democracy. And thank God we have strong people who would not allow it. And people are going to be brought to justice. Those people that stormed the Capitol, they will have to face the piper. And that means that when they did something wrong and were caught on camera doing it, well, they're going to have to pay for it. And that might mean jail time. More than likely will mean jail time. So there's a saying, as you sow, so shall you reap. So these people are full of negative energy because they're angry, and that anger consumes them. They don't always know how to express it other than through violence. They are full of negative energy, and that's what they look like. They're angry, angry people. And you cannot argue with them because they will shut you off in a minute. They won't let you speak your piece. They won't listen to reason. They are so full of that negative energy that they cannot hear or see truth. And you just have to back off from them. Or if you're strong enough, stand up to them, but not to the point of violence. If you can talk with them and reason with them, fine. But if you can't, back off. Don't even try, because they are consumed with that negative energy and they're blind to anything that is truth or positive or full of peace and harmony. They can't think that way, and you can't change them. So let them be. So I answered that question. If you have others, please let me know. We are all different inside, so what is heaven like? And again, I've answered that question by saying to you that heaven will be like you want it to be, and according to your soul's development. I can't stress this enough, people. On this planet, we have many people, and their souls are individual and different. And so, depending on how many lifetimes you've had, how much experience your soul has had within a physical body, and living a full life of discovering how their choices will reap them either positive or negative results. If they are beginner souls, they're going to be most interested in their own selfish pleasures, their physical and emotional pleasures. They want to have a mate who will mate with them anytime they want it. They want to have the mate be beautiful, of course, because they like to be seen as someone who has a handsome man on their side or a woman. They will be into their ego. They will be wanting their ego to be stroked. They are wanting to have all of their physical pleasures met. If they're hungry, they want to be fed instantly, just like a baby. Those are souls that have not had very many experiences in the physical and understand that God does not judge them. This is hard for us to believe because in our sentient beingness, we want justice. And this is part of what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to find justice and to have laws that will prevent people from trampling over others. And that's the way it's meant to be. But in the spirit world, that does not happen. God does not judge. That's so hard for people to understand. And when I say there is no hell, we create our own hell when we cross over and we are still so full of hate and so full of negativity. That's hell. That's the other side that is the negative dark side. That's not hell. That's a state of being because of the way a person has lived his life or her life in the physical world. The world just sort of continues on. And after a while, because angels are always watching for when they're ready, they're called to a higher vibration and they go to heaven. Now that may be hard. So, yes, there is a transition. And after death, there's also what's called a life review, where you get to look at your life in 3D, and you can sense and feel everything you felt, but you get to sense and feel what others felt because of your reaction to them. You get clarity of how what you said, how it feels, how they responded. That's the amazing part of the life review. It's not a way of judging you, it's a way of enlightening you. And so that's what the life review does. And then you move on. Now, heaven, you might say, has different levels according to your soul's development. So, in other words, a baby soul like Donald Trump will be with other baby souls and they will have a good old time. They will live life the way they want, and that will be their heaven. But older souls would never be happy in that state of being. And so they go to a plateau that is of a higher frequency vibration. Okay, yes, we are all different inside of us. And that is because it is our soul that is inside of us that is running the show. It's telling a story. It's allowing you to be the leading man or the leading lady. And it's allowing you to find the consequences of your choices. You can say, oh boy, I really made a wrong choice with that person. But sometimes God puts blinders on us so that we do walk into a relationship that will be challenging. But it's because our soul wrote that into the script. It knew it had to deal with that relationship and finally dust its hands of it and be done. And so we find ourselves in a relationship that just doesn't fit anymore. And we do the best we can to make it work. That in itself is gaining us wisdom and learning how to adjust to another person, their personality, how to be able to speak to them. But again, baby souls, you can't talk to them. They will not hear it. They'll yell. They'll do a lot of yelling because if you don't hear them, they'll yell louder, thinking that that will help you hear them, but it doesn't work. Anger is often a sign of a beginner soul. So watch out. If you got a temper, you need to grow up a bit. And so, okay, more questions, everybody. I'm here. I'm ready to answer your questions. I don't think we have any more I might have missed. Okay, we did that one. So let's go down at the bottom here. Okay. All right. In this world or past lives, being so different, how can we get along? That was one of the questions. Well, we're all sentient beings with a soul. So we're made by God. We're all made of energy. And we're in a planet that has positive, negative energy. And so when we are out of the planet's atmosphere, everything's good. But when we come into this polarity planet, we have to learn about hot and cold, up and down, in and out, all the opposites. That's what we're learning as a sentient being on planet Earth. And so the purpose is that we come here to interact with one another, to learn compassion, to learn to listen to another person's point of view without negating it, without over talking over them, without putting them down, without trying to make them feel stupid because you don't agree with them. Those are all beginner soul actions. And there's a lot of them on the planet. Those are the ones that want it my way or the highway. And they don't know how to create their needs. They just don't know how. So yes, we are different. But the older you get, the more experiences you've had in the physical world, the more lifetimes you've experienced, the better you are at coping with it when you're here. This is why we're doing what we're doing. We're here to be of service to others by bringing an archangel through to talk to you. Archangel Raphael loves you so much, as do all of the archangels. You can call upon them, dear ones. You can ask them for help, and they will be right there to help you. But you have to get out of the anger and frustration and anxiety and conspiracy theories. You have to raise yourself above that before you can be in an energy compatible with an archangel. You see? All right. So we all have past lives. Everybody has been here before. Now, beginner souls, again, I'm beating a dead horse like Donald Trump. He's an example, a very good example of a baby soul. He had to have things his way or the highway. But we don't condemn him. We hope that he gains knowledge and wisdom from this. So I'm not quite sure in this world or past lives what that was referring to. So I got a lot of that. Can you clarify that, please? And tell me what you mean about in this world. I don't know how many lives you've had. Most of you who are here probably had several past lifetimes, or you wouldn't even be coming to us. More advanced souls would come to us, not beginner souls. Even though this might be a beginning introduction to what we call metaphysics, beyond the physical, because we talk about the spirit world, we talk about the soul world, and those are two different worlds. You are in a physical planet, in a physical body. That's one dimension's vibration. Then you have a spirit body that vibrates faster. That's another dimension. Then you have a soul body that vibrates even faster at an even more, I don't want to say higher or lower because that denotes it as being better or not. It was a comment to something you said earlier. I don't remember anymore, neither do I. But let me try to constantly help you understand. So what we're trying to say is that how you think, you need to listen to your thoughts. That's really important because if your thoughts are giving you that gut feeling of, oh, it makes my gut hurt, I'm afraid, your shoulders get tense, then you need to rethink that thought. You need to ask your angels to give you the truth of the situation, to enlighten you. And frankly, that's why you come. Even though many of you said you don't like me talking politics, this is part of your world. This is part of what Raphael wants to help you to understand. We cannot neglect that part of the world that is such a big, important part. And so we do talk to you about the people that are running for office, and you need to look at them closely and see what their philosophy of life is. See how many of the big corporations are supporting them. Because when you deal with big corporations, you have to answer to them once you get in office. Like they say, you owe me. I paid this amount for you. Now you owe me. That's what a lot of people now are not taking money from big corporations because they don't want to be owed. They don't want to owe anybody. They want to be able to do their job as a congressperson and do it independent of others. So do watch for that too, and find out who is supporting some of these people running for office and what will they be beholding to. So this is part of your research when you are getting ready to vote for somebody. Ask them questions like that. Who supports you? How much money do you get from them? How have you decided you can repay that gift of money? These are all things as a responsible voter that you need to do. All right. So again, we are here to tell you to listen to your angels. And to help you to do that, we are saying to you, let go of all those conspiracy theories, let go of all that dark energy that would have you fearful, and take a deep, long breath. And as you exhale, feel your shoulders relax, feel your body being cleansed, feel your body energizing. If you feel like your energy is being stolen from you, it's because you're listening to the negative energy. And it's the conspiracy theories, it's the fear mongers. They want to control you through fear. Don't allow it. Only allow the beauty and the goodness of the angels to help you to know what to do and where to go and how to think. And you will learn that it will create a blessed and wonderful world for you. So, dear friends, I don't want to run out of time, and I'm going to make sure that I look at what Rebel will show me. And I've got 5 minutes left. Thank you, Rebel. So that means that if you have more questions that you would like to ask, please ask them now. We have 5 minutes left. Excuse me. And we remind you that we're here every Tuesday at noon, and we are also on at 11 o'clock on Thursdays. We're on the YouTube video. We will do a YouTube video that will be live at 11 o'clock on Thursdays. And so that's when you can ask questions as well. You can have a chat room just like we're doing here. I added that extra day so that if you happen to miss the Tuesday at noon, you will have another time on Thursday at 11 o'clock. Also, don't hesitate to email me at angelbettyray@gmail.com. Rebel, can you put that up, please? angelbettyray@gmail.com. And you can ask for a private consultation with Raphael when I will bring through what is important for you to know personally. The Archangel will speak to you directly through me. Now imagine, you can't hear the voice of an angel because it's an idea. It's not a voice. I don't hear a booming voice in my head. I know, I have a knowing. That's the best way to describe it. And so please don't hesitate to ask for a reading with Raphael. It's free. We are not charging anymore. And so it's angelbettyray@gmail.com. Now, we are booked through February, to February. We are taking readings at the middle of February. So you can, again, they can be however long you might need for you to answer your questions personally about those you love. So Angel Betty Ray, thank you, Rebel, at gmail.com. Very easy to remember. Excuse me. And all you have to do is ask for a personal reading with Raphael, and you will be amazed because what comes through is the energy of the Archangel. You will feel this unconditional love that will leave you speechless. I've had so many people say, I had so many questions, but now I can't remember a single one. And then Raphael will come through and answer all your questions. And you'll say, oh, that was what I was going to ask, because Raphael knows you. I don't know you. I have nothing to do with this. All I am is an interpreter of the Archangel's messages. And so that's what I do and have been doing for over 60 years now. And so don't hesitate to call us or to email us, and we will set up a time when you can talk with the Archangel. So I hope we've answered many of your questions here. We still have a few minutes, so please give us some more questions. We would love to make them, to make it understood so that we can help you. Okay, oh dear, we have 2 minutes left. Time goes so darn fast, everyone. Let me just say this. Be at peace in knowing that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are a new page to turn in our democracy. Our democracy is safe now in their hands, and all of the conspiracy theorists cannot penetrate. They will help you to see the truth. They will bring forth that which can help this country back on its feet. Trust in that. Send forth loving energy to the two of them so that they can serve you the best they know how. And make sure that they will have a way of you getting to them and talking to them. So find out about that and don't hesitate to do it. We say to you again, be at peace, dear ones. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are good news for our country and for the world. Be at peace in knowing that. Get rid of all of those conspiracy theories and be joyful, for a new age is dawning. God bless all of you. Wash your hands, wear a mask, stay safe, and we love you. Take care until next time. On Thursday, come back again at 11 a.m. on YouTube. God bless each of you. We are here for you. Don't hesitate to call on us. So we'll say goodbye for now. It's hard to believe that the time is already gone, but that's the way it works. God bless each of you with an abundance of joy so that you may create a better world in your world that will make the world a better place. Until next time, bye for now.